For November the 14th, 2025, we talk about baby steps, peak, War Thunder, and much more. Welcome to Level 564. My name is Kaye Ross.
I'm Dennis Furia.
I'm Moxie.
I'm Ben Merkel.
And you are listening to The Level. It's a podcast for people who love video games. Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like big stuff, things that I can easily headline this with, but I don't have anything. So I'm just going to ask who has something that they've been up to.
We survived another week, everyone.
Yeah. The week's not over yet. It's literally the meme, but it's only Tuesday.
You know, if our voices will arrive on Friday, I assume, in some form, no matter what happens to our mortal bodies. So in that way, we will have survived.
Yes.
I think.
If you're hearing this, then the grid has not gone down. Yeah. Let's see, Ben, what you been up to?
I think the two highlights of the weekend is went bowling for the first time in like years on last Saturday. Good time, but took probably half a game before I could get my feet under me as far as remembering how to bowl.
Yeah.
So it's like had to reclaim my Midwest heritage, you know? And then Sunday night we did a Lord of the Rings trivia at a local bar and invited one of my coworkers, and he basically single-handedly won trivia. So he got a sweet little sword as a reward, and then it's just a good cocktail bar. So it was a good time.
How close up was the trivia? Like
the tiebreaker question was how many people did Legolas kill in the Battle of Helm's Deep when they were counting back and forth?
Okay.
Which is a good tiebreaker because it's like a number type question. But yeah. But yeah, it's like they had other questions too. They had different categories for the round. So it was like adaptations, quotations, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
For like round 5, all the questions were in Elvish, so they really start weeding people out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's it seemed like stiff competition because it was a packed house, and it's Seattle has a lot of nerds there, so
good strategy bringing in a ringer.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Is that a pun on Lord of the Rings?
No, and it wasn't intended to be, but I'll take it. Yeah. It's been forever since I've done bar trivia. All of the bar trivia around me here is name that tune. Like just for some reason that makes that makes the people around here pop off. So, and it's just not for me.
Yeah. You got to get a music ringer then.
Yeah. So, Moxie, how about you? What you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Saw Frankenstein yesterday, and that was pretty good, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, Joe has talked it up a lot. I know that.
Yeah, it's nice to see a movie that actually has any sort of soul whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Compared to...
gestures broadly at Marvel.
Yeah. So like that's on that's on what, Netflix now or something?
Yep, Netflix and in some theaters.
Yeah. Oh God, not enough. Like, there's no way I would have to drive an hour and a half to see that movie in theaters.
I think it had super limited release as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, but there's a part of me that really wanted to go. There's a theater relatively near me that is showing the film version.
Oh, that'd make it cool.
Yeah.
Dennis, how about you?
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I had my kids out from school unexpectedly today and was like, what am I going to do with them? And so I was like, we should watch Hamilton because we all love musicals. That's good stuff. And it is. It was, it was a lot of fun to watch. I forgot some of the content in that.
Probably
in
some
that
varsity
movie.
concepts.
Probably. I mean, good to watch a movie with the kids about fomenting revolution in these times.
Yeah.
I feel like that's good. But watching Lin-Manuel Miranda rhyme Britain and shitten was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Language isn't a big deal in our house, so whatever.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's
but
it's history. You're learning. It's fine.
That's right. Our policy is there's no bad words. There's just bad times to say them.
Yes.
But it brought to mind the story because we watched it on Disney Plus. I think that's probably why I didn't put the extra thought into what is in this again?
Oh yeah, I know they've got a bunch of rowdy stuff on there.
Yeah. But I love the story. This is when it originally came to Disney Plus a couple of years ago. Lin-Manuel Miranda talked about they wanted it to be PG-13, which means you can only have one fuck.
Oh.
But there were 3 in the script as it was.
Couldn't decide which one to take, or
well, he debated. Yeah, it was hard, and the article that I wrote was him walking through his process of deciding. But at the end, he's like, "I just thought it was really funny that I gave 2 fucks so the kid could see it."
Okay,
I was like, that feels like it would show up in a lyric for sure.
I wish that the Hollywood would just stand up to the ratings board and be like, "No, we're not going to do it." But again, see, the Hollywood has no soul, so that's never going to happen.
It's so funny to watch that pendulum swing. Because I feel like when we were growing up, things were pushing to be as hard as possible, while keeping a lower rating. And then it's now it's kind of scrambling to make sure it's super family friendly, and back and forth it goes.
Specifically for international audiences, yeah.
But we didn't watch all of it because it's a long ass play.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to the King George solo, and that was a real high note to end on. You'll be back, spitting and mugging for the crowd. It was a lot of fun.
Fun fact.
Check out Hamilton again. It holds up.
Fun fact, I used to walk past Hamilton's grave every day on my way to work.
Huh.
Yeah.
That seems like something that would happen in DC. Or wait, no, New York.
No, it's New York. Yeah, his grave is
one of those old cities.
halfway between 9/11 and Wall Street.
Okay.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I wish I had anything interesting to bring, but I've really not been up to anything that's worth talking about. So I think we should do the regular kind of show. What would the grind, the multiplayer, and the end boss? And why don't we get started with
the grind?
The grind, where we talk about the things we have been playing over the last period of time or so. I'm going to put this pen down. It is one of those very fun pens where you can select the color. I'm fidgeting with it, and it is very loud. So I'm going to put it away.
So many clicks.
Yes.
So do you
I
go
actually
with
didn't hear anything coming through, but
so are you big mechanical keyboard person? Do you like the clicky clacky things?
I'm not a mechanical keyboard snob. I like a keyboard with some travel. I think that 8-bit do technically qualifies as a clicky keyboard. I got that because Ben is holding up his. Is that handmade? Did you build that yourself, bud?
I replaced some of the keys to make it look aesthetically pleasing to myself.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have one that's kind of new, and also it's going to be, I don't know, brief, maybe, possibly, over the weekend, because I got tired of, Tormented Souls. I had a really bad night with that, and I decided I'm going to put it down. But I instead picked up and I streamed the first 2 hours of Baby Steps.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So Baby Steps, this is the new game made by Bennett Foddy, the Quap guy, the Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy guy. He put his name in that video game. And also it has the team that made Ape Out. I think it's all of them working together.
That's different than Ape Escape, right?
Correct. Yeah, Ape Escape is like a 1999 Konami game, or I think maybe.
Yeah,
Ape Out is like the
It's
revenge arc on the monkey side for Ape Escape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ape Out is like it's like a roguelike that has like really cool, like everything you do has like percussion to it. So you're punching people trying to escape from a facility. It's neat. Baby Steps, you play as a really schlubby guy who is whisked into a fantasy world that may or may not be Australia. He's completely stranded there. Like the main guy who talks to you the most is Australian, and you've got to figure out how to get out of there, but for no reason that is like justified in the narrative. Like, to explain it, walking is the hardest thing to do in the world.
Well, it's Australia. It's upside down.
No, he's got some kind of device that corrects for that, so he's sticking to the ground at the very least.
Aha, I see.
Yeah. So it's a walking simulator. In the purest sense of the word. I'm sure, the first person to say that. This is 3D. Takes place from behind this guy, and you are controlling each individual leg. You basically pull a trigger to lift the leg. You move the left stick forward to extend the foot forward and like move your balance forward. And you hope that it lands on someplace that is stable. You drop it by releasing the trigger. You hold the other trigger to lift up your other leg, and then keep going as it goes. And this is a very like intentionally designed game, by which I don't mean to say like, oh, go ahead.
I can't tell from the video I'm watching. Are you altering your direction through the way you step, or is that a separate control from the stepping?
You change the direction you step with the camera by like turning the camera, and also by just like, okay, I need to like hang a left here, so like I'm going to use the stick to move this left while I'm also swinging the camera around, and that's kind of how you can steer yourself. There's a lot of it like I'm belaboring the explaining like how the mechanics work, like, because you would think like, okay, I've got two legs, I've got two sticks. No, the right stick controls your camera. The left stick is just leg movement, whichever one happens to be up at that particular time. So like you can accomplish a bunch by like just holding up and then having the right rhythm for rocking the triggers, and keep a good clip. Now you have to hope that there is no like slight step up or rock that you might trip over that you have to take into account. So what I said a little bit earlier was like, this is a very intentionally designed game. Like, I've not seen anything that feels like an accident. I don't mean like, oh my gosh, we just woke up one day and there was a game there, we didn't even know we were making it. But like, to give an example, so you start out like in this cave, and it's relatively easy. You're walking until you find like a little step up. And you have to figure out, okay, like, well, I can't just do my normal walk here. I have to like make sure that I'm landing at the right spot. So okay, so I've conquered this. Everything kind of like goes up from there in complexity, to the point where like in the first like little chapter, you are attempting to walk across like little footbridges. And what's nice about it, this is the game from the getting over it, so you're going to lose progress. You're going to do a bunch of stuff that feels like it is you're falling, because you're trying to climb up a mountain using this particular control scheme.
It feels like you're falling because you are falling, just to clarify.
You are falling, but you're almost certainly falling in a place where they intended for you to fall. And very often the topography is designed in such a way that you fall, but like you fall into a better and easier way to get up. Now, I know that later on there's going to be, because I've seen people talk about like, was it the Man Destroyer or something, like different like little challenges in it where like you fall to the bottom of the mountain, you have to dust yourself off and climb back up that fucking mountain. But at least right now, everything is like very fail forward in a way that is like kind of encouraging. And making you take like some risks, right? The other side of it is, of the intentionalness of it is, I can't believe I fell for it. I really can't believe that I fell for it. But you're walking up like a gentle incline, like a little pathway along a mountainside, and suddenly there's like you see a bottle, and you think, I'm walking. I've got the controls under me enough to kick that bottle, knock it over. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do that without breaking stride. I keep going. Then there are more bottles, and like they start being like put up like stacked up on like a little like harder path that's made of like stones that are a little bit further apart. And you're like, I could just keep walking up here, but I'm going to I want to kick over all these bottles. They're here in front of me. Walking up a ramp is not necessarily that exciting to me right now. So I'm just going to get up here. It doesn't look too hard. I'm just going to kick over these bottles as I'm, navigating kind of on, more on the dangerous, edge of this pathway, but nothing too bad. So you keep going, you keep kicking these over. The gaps get bigger and bigger. Then the last one is on a big rock, and from where you're approaching, there's no way to see how well that rock is seated. And why would you think? No other rock has been loose so far, but you get up there and you get out just far enough to kick that bottle over, and the rock tumbles out from beneath you and you fall into a cutscene. Right. Like
can't even be mad you earned that one game.
No. And yeah, it's like, it's just all, and then of course there's a easy pathway to get up to where you're going to go. But the game is designed between these runs, like you see like a fire, like a big candle looking thing. And I was like, okay, that's going to be my goal. I've got to walk there. I'm like 3 chapters or so in. Like the last major thing that I did was interesting because like, you're climbing up this mountain, going up some ramps and doing a little bit of, precarious things through like streams and whatever. You think, okay, that's fine. I'm just going to keep on going up. Cool. Great. And then you get to a camp, you get to one of those fires, and the guy's like, all right, well, yeah, no, you just, you've got one wish, and you've got to get to that castle that's up there. He wants you to wish for cigarettes because he's out of cigarettes. Also, this man is a donkey, like a donkey person, and is completely bottomless. So he has a huge wang hanging out.
Oh no. Wait, is this like a Dragon Girl where like, when they go to talk, it turns into a regular person, and then in the world
it's an donkey or anthropomorphic donkey guy.
Okay,
this is turning into Mad Max Australia.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Ron Jeremy finding work.
Oh, fuck him! Don't look into things he's done. He's fucking awful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Who would have thought?
Yeah. I can't even like laugh at him as a joke. Like, fuck that guy.
Fair. Right, fuck that guy.
No. But he's like, oh yeah, you get there, and also like, don't get lost in the woods. And you think, okay, I'm not going to go get lost in the woods. And then you like get over the hill and you see like the next path. You're going down into kind of this woods basin, and it's so fucking easy to get lost because the trails are kind of laid out like actual hiking trails would be. So you think, I'm going to follow the markers for this and I'm going to get where it's going to go. And then you get back around to the campsite and it's like, a fucking course it's a loop. I should have actually been paying attention.
Well, because you have to focus so hard on the micro of moving around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And people in the chat were kind of queuing on something that I, keyed on myself, which is like, this is not that dissimilar from Death Stranding in a way. Like, it's kind of a more pure expression of it because it doesn't have the Kojima stuff on top of it. But like the joy of Death Stranding is, you have this very intricate, movement and balance system, and you have to like really consider, the change of the grade. You have to look at a hill and like identify, here's how I'm going to get up this. Here's how I'm going to use my tools and stuff to, get across this. Like, it is a game that is about wayfinding. this has wayfinding and pathfinding and stuff in it, on top of and in addition to the struggling to walk every individual step.
That's like the emergent mechanic. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's it's fun because like you do end up having like these little like challenges where it's like, okay, I need to be very careful about where my foot's going to land because I'm going to be walking basically across the top of these posts or whatever, and you fall and it's funny because you see a big fat guy fall and it's it's a thing.
I mean, let's talk about the jiggle physics because this is very clearly designed for this female gaze. Some females gaze.
So I picked this up not knowing anything about it, thinking like, okay, there's probably going to be like a character creator or whatever. I didn't realize that you were playing as like a defined character named like Nathan or something. I forget the name of him. And I initially like couldn't pick it. I was like, okay, I can't play too much more of this because the character looks like my self-image. Like I thought, like I look at the big fat dude with the bad beard and the scrungly red hair and think, oh fuck, that's what I look like. Oh shit, right? Which I feel very self-conscious saying that, but like it's like no, it's like well that's a whole storm of things that I didn't anticipate a game telling me. Eventually I was able to look past it, but like that was a thing that made me think like I might have to return this actually. Yeah, but I'm glad I didn't because it's really good.
I'm glad you got over it.
What were you gonna say, Ben?
I played the demo of this, so I was curious about how the narrative progresses because from what I saw, it was just awkward dialogue, cutscenes, kind of scattered across the mountain.
I have no idea if there even is a narrative. My understanding from what people said in the chat is like all of the dialogue is ad-libbed.
That's
like
fun.
And it's, I don't know if it's like loose scripted or whatever, but I find it to be very entertaining the way that like the main character is like all tapless, like just can't get a whole sentence out. All these other people, all these Australians are just fucking razzing them the whole time, and they're talking over each other and stuff, like to the point where like God, there's like one little cutscene. I don't know if everybody's going to get it, but like somebody talks about like, oh man, New York fucking sucks. And then like in the subtitles, it said Jesse's opinion, just the opinion of the person who said that. Like that's not that character's name. Just like the person who ad-libbed that, like, hey, we're not going to own this. We're going to say exactly that was what he thought. So like, it is just ad lib as they talk about it. I've got no idea if it's going to, because I know that like, Getting Over It, the voiceover in that is Bennett Foddy talking about like failure and triumph and saying quotes and stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to be that direct with the metaphor of this or whatever, but so far it has all just been the ad-libbed goofy cutscenes.
They got all the on the nose into the name so they can goof around a little bit more with the text.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and like I've played it, I've wanted to play more of it. I just haven't had time to sit, like an extended amount of time where I could sit down and fuck with it. But it's really kind of sticking with me. I kind of want to keep going with it. I have no idea if that's going to be a stream thing or if that's just me hanging around and playing it. But yeah, it's neat. I've not played anything specifically like it, and that intentionality of design is really is really refreshing, How
have you done historically with Fodian games? Like, can you complete? I know Ape Out is one that's like completable, but the other ones, like, how have you done?
Oh, I've not beaten any of them. Like the only other ones of his that I've played, like I had a lot of fun playing around with Quap, but that's just a toy more than anything. And then I played a good amount of Getting Over It till I felt like I got it. And then I lost a bunch of progress and I was like, I don't feel like doing that again today. And I just never picked it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moxie.
Actually, you pretty much just covered it. Like, I didn't realize this guy made actual games.
Yeah. Yep.
Torture simulators instead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be curious to watch your relationship with it evolve as they get less and less kind with failure. Because from what you're describing, it sounds like they are very kind with failure right now, and we all know that's not going to stay the case.
Yeah, the AV Club's Will Hughes is streaming it, and apparently it's a real fucking struggle. So I'm curious to see more. I like almost purely as a joke delivery service more than anything. I like a good developer troll, and I like a good joke that plays out entirely through play. Like, I really should have seen it coming with that bottle shit, but I still went after kicking all of them anyway, and like I was so into it that it got me. Like it was just like, fuck. I think it was my first big fault too. So I was like, all right.
It's like skiing. Like your beginner's luck lasts as long as your first fall, and then you're like, oh, this is easy. I must be a natural, and you fall for the first time, and then it's just 15 minutes of falling.
Oh yeah, just fully falling, and also like
is broken.
Like you get off of your rhythm, and then just suddenly just like falling down every single time, until you can finally get it back, or like. Oh, especially hilarious if you fall in a stream, like in any kind of flowing water, like you've got to try and steer yourself to get onto firm enough ground for him to stand up. But like he doesn't intentionally swim or anything. When you flail the sticks or whatever, he just kind of like flops like a salmon, which is a wonderful little animation gag. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, Baby Steps. That's new, and I've played it. I like it. Yeah. Who else has something?
I have words. Yeah. I have words on a very similar game.
Okay.
I guess a new piece of that. I talked about Peak last week.
Yeah.
The mountain climbing simulator. It is also a very silly climbing game. Not nearly as focused on the minutia as Baby Steps. But since I talked about it, they released an update. I think it's called the Roots update that adds a new biome to the game.
Okay.
And it seems like they're going to have this plan because you always start in one biome, and then I think when the game first released, it was just every biome was the same in order as you went up. Okay. Now, when you go to the second biome, there's two things it could be. The new one is a second biome, and I sense that they're going to be adding biomes continually as you go as a way to keep the game interesting. So yeah, previously the second biome was like a rainforest. Very jungly as you're climbing up a cliff with a waterfall in it. And then rain would happen in intermittent bursts that would make it much harder to climb. So if the rain starts falling when you're in the middle of a rock face, you got to like figure out real quick how you're not going to die because you're not getting to the top anymore.
Yeah, it gets slippery. Yeah.
Yes. The Roots is a I don't even know how to
mushroom. It's a mushroom forest.
It's a mushroom forest. Yeah. Poison-themed mushroom forest with zombies. So it is heavier on the like in-world creature interaction than I have seen. I'm trying to think through. I don't know if there have been any other biomes that have like animals in them that I've encountered.
Is there combat in this game?
No, but I mean,
there is a
one
cannon.
Directionally. there is a cannon. I've not yet tried firing someone from the scout cannon into a zombie or there's like these rhino beetles that chase you around.
Why not?
just the lack of a friend to test it on, I guess. So far, we haven't had the run, get far enough, have a cannon, and have a friend that I could trick into firing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other aspect is you'll get gusts of wind every once in a while. And I don't like that aspect because essentially just means hunker down, hope you have enough stamina to hold on to, whatever you're next to until the wind passes.
Yeah.
So it functions a little bit just like a time tax.
Sit still for a minute. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thankfully, they're not super long. But the really interesting thing is now being chased around by these dangerous things. The beetles just kind of derp around, and if you get too close to them, they might knock you over. Mm-hmm. And that's got its own problems when you're on a cliffside. But the zombies are especially insidious because they chase you relentlessly, like you would expect from a zombie, and you can hear them from a mile away. Hear like the sound, but directionally, it's impossible to tell where they're coming from.
Okay.
And so it creates this sense of dread because you can hear them well before you're able to see them. Because of the format, and you're kind of climbing up a steep hill with all these crevices and stuff. There's lots of places for them to be hiding. And it is surprisingly heavy on the jump scares where you just turn around and it's right on top of you.
Okay.
So, they'll basically do like an explosive dive at you that launches you and gives a big puff of poison. And then they'll lie on the ground still like they're dead for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I found out it's for a while because in the first game, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, that was scary. Okay, they got me. Okay, I'm going to recover. I'm going to start playing again. And suddenly it was back up and after me. And that was a second jump scare.
Okay.
So yeah, handling those is almost the biggest part of the new update. And I think it works pretty well. So as they add new biomes, I would expect them to be more and more inhabited. Because that's played out in really interesting ways.
What's like the group tactic for dealing with the zombies? Like, if somebody gets like grabbed, do you have to go back and like help them out? Like,
I mean, maybe I'm just a shitty friend, but it's a free for all.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
You just start running and hope you can outdistance them. And if your friend can't, well, that just makes it more likely that you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can they climb?
They can. They're surprisingly good climbers. I haven't quite figured out. I think they will climb any surfaces to get to you, but I don't think they know how to use vines. And so I think the tactic is to like lead them up a tree, swing on a vine to another tree or another part of the cliff, and then make your way from there. Because by the time they're able to like get down the tree and then back up the cliff towards you, you'll have been far enough away to break aggro. I'm not 100% confident on that.
What is the zombie's stamina?
Unlimited, as far as I can tell. I've never had one fall off a cliff for not being able to do what I can do. So yeah, it is a pretty intense pressure. The other fun thing I've seen is the next biome after that is like a mesa deserty kind of area. One time when I got there, it had a giant whirlwind tornado thing tearing around it.
Okay.
And you think like, oh, that's way off in the distance. I just got to keep my eye on it. It'll be okay. And that fucker moves fast. Let me tell
storms
you.
do that. Yeah.
And so I got a whole new take on the movie Twister, but it picks you up and it throws you in, like, everything is in first person. It gets super disorienting while you're inside the tornado. And then you land and hit the ground. And I had this great moment of like, boom, 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 boom. I'm okay. I'm okay.
That was a freebie.
It threw me forward in the level.
Yeah, I was about to say.
As I'm laughing, the tornado picks me up again and throws me backwards.
Yeah, no.
So another good game for just that physical comedy in peak. Yeah. So continue to highly recommend. But I got very, very similar vibes as I was hearing you talk about Baby Steps, Kaye.
Have you played with more than one other person yet, or is this just
just been me and my neighborhood buddy.
Okay.
You can set your lobby to like open to anyone. I just haven't been brave enough to invite in randoms yet.
Yeah, I don't know about randoms.
I mean, it sounds like, I'm assuming this is a game you very easily could troll people, right?
100%. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like in so many creative ways. If you're carrying a food item, you can feed it to someone else. Even if they don't want you to,
like sensuously.
Well, it depends, because the other new thing in the biome is that there are red, blue, and purple mushrooms throughout this area. Every run, what each one does is randomized. So with other items, you can kind of memorize and know the deal. With these mushrooms, every time you need to kind of experiment to figure it out. So If you're feeling a little mischievous, you can experiment on your friend.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good times. I've had every effect from like you can't see your stamina bar for a while to it heals you all the way up and gives you a boost of stamina, or one like put me into some kind of like blue hued trance where I could only see like a couple feet in front of me. Just mushroom stuff,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So like you kind of need to plan around like, okay, how badly do I need a potential upside that I can manage a potential downside when I find them? And once you
Right.
know what they do, that stays consistent by color.
Yeah. So you can like hold it for a low stakes situation. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Although those become increasingly rare as you start to get,
got to figure it out early.
Yeah.
I don't.
So that is peak. If anyone wants to contribute to a larger group, let me know. It was very fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I told you that I went foraging for mushrooms like at the beginning of the month, but
I remember you talking about it. Yeah,
last week.
But this lines up because it's like there's some white mushrooms that you eat and they're great, and there's some that are poisonous and you don't want to touch them. So it's like, that tracks.
There's a famous Joker post where like every mushroom guide is, this is the white delicious. It's the most delicious thing you'll ever tell. This one that looks exactly like it is the fool's white delicious. It will kill you instantly.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. So good times in peak.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions on that?
No, sounds fun.
Nice. I also, by way of a new game, for me anyway, had a friend that played War Thunder that I downloaded and started playing War Thunder just to be able to hang out with him.
Okay.
Which is the free-to-play tank / fighter plane / naval combat game
/ national security secret leak vector.
Yes. The number of schematics that have been leaked because of online arguments about War Thunder.
Yeah. So it's a tired joke at this point, but for people who are unaware of it, because I always misgauge what people know with what people don't.
Yeah.
War Thunder, this war sim game that has like a very aggressive forums culture. So people, who are all like big military hardware nerds will get into the forums and start arguing about what representation is accurate, or where they totally messed this, or this is totally overpowered. There are enough people who fall into the war hardware nerd kind of bucket that are also just that's their calling. They went and worked in like defense contractor and military hardware stuff. So like, no, I've got my trump card on this. You're full of shit. I work with this every day. Check out these schematics, and then posting them publicly.
Shouldn't have done that.
It's happened a non-zero number of times.
30 years with these treads. I'm going to show you that it's 2.5 inches between the hoists versus 2.45.
I don't know if it's true, but at least at one point there was a rumor that like playing War Thunder was enough to be turned down for a security clearance.
I feel like that could go either way.
I mean, as a tiebreaker, there's an amount of logic behind it.
Yeah, that's not going to be the first thing. That's not the first weed out, right? But
right, yeah.
If it's between two candidates, yeah. So, like, what's this game like? I know,
play wise, the person I'm playing with, I guess, kind of like mains tanks or whatever. And I've been impressed by how kind of segmented the three kind of areas, air, ground, and ocean are.
Oh, there's ocean.
So I've primarily just done tank combat stuff, although I know there's stuff that blends all of them. It is an interesting, because I've been playing Battlefield 6 on the side, and that's your very typical run around and shoot people game. This also has that run around and shoot people vibe. except like, when you see someone when you want to shoot, you got to brake and let your giant vehicle stop rocking back and forth and then dial in and figure out the thing. And like, there's all these steps between, hey, I want to shoot that and being able to shoot that.
So you don't
and that makes for
have
a very
any-
interesting dynamic.
So you don't have any like guided munitions or like cluster munitions or anything like that?
I don't. People do.
Yeah, I think you have to unlock those or pay for them.
Yeah. When I explode in one hit from out of nowhere, I can't guarantee you that's what got me, but it sure feels like it.
So it's real crunchy. It's like real like clunk high simulation kind of stuff. You're making it sound much more like deliberate than like the videos of it that I have seen, including the one that I'm watching right now, which make it look like an Ace Combat game, like an arcade shooter.
I can't. So they have an arcade mode, but even in that, it's like you get a little bit more guidance. I can't speak to the fighter side, so maybe that's less accurate or what have you, or maybe the arcade mode is more arcadey in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It forces the decision making towards the macro end of the scale in a way that I kind of like, and so it's not I'm going to pop around this corner so I get my peeker's advantage and whoever's got the fastest twitch skills wins this fight. It's like, okay, I know I need to wait on this part of the hillside. And because if I go around, I'm exposed for further than I want to be. And I need to wait until I hear someone firing so that then I can move to, here. And then I can take my shots. And so, yeah, much, much more deliberate. It, at least, in what I've experienced, it becomes about kind of digging into your spot in a way that could be boring. If everyone is playing really strategically, you kind of get to a little nook that like you're well shielded, you've got a good line of sight, and then you just kind of don't move from that and kill as many people as possible until attrition just means you're going to eventually get destroyed. And then it's your turn to try to to be the attrition towards the other person.
So how often is it like tank on tank versus like planes bombing you or stuff like that?
Yeah, so in the modes I'm playing, it is almost exclusively tank on tank. There's sometimes like you can switch to having a plane and flying around, although that's not something I have yet. But that's all. It's almost like a what do they call them in all the shooters? Like a kill streak reward or whatever. And your tank is still on the battlefield, and if that's destroyed, then that's bad for you. So you kind of need to go and hide, and then call in a plane. There are specifically anti-aircraft tanks that you can play with, but they're further in the tech tree, and I haven't unlocked them yet. And so, yeah, if you're feeling like planes are an issue, you do have some options. But that is definitely not the focus. It's very much about, scouting the hillsides and holding your points and stuff like that, which, as an interesting, different experience like that's got some value, and that's fun, especially when you're playing with someone very experienced and that can kind of, point you in the right directions. I think that gave me a much smoother entry than other people might have. But I don't know if it'll have the staying power, especially because this game is absolutely coated in free-to-play bullshit.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. Now the one kindness is that they are very I think they're aware of how much is in there, and they try to make it as streamlined as possible to like spend your points checking on the things you're trying to advance. And it's probably a little bit of a Skinner box that after every match you've got kind of like, okay, here's the gear you unlocked for these tanks, and what would you like to research next? And there's kind of a between game clicking all the check boxes option that is fun for my lizard brain.
It takes you to like an e-commerce checkout after every after every encounter.
I feel like
dissimilar from that.
I feel like the thing that would be a deal breaker for me is apparently the like the era of tank you play is directly tied to like your I don't know what the term would be. Basically, you're like matchmaking. So like,
Yeah. I don't know exactly how it works, but you have like a battle rating that I think is based on the hardware that you're bringing in.
yeah.
And so I
it's
think
like,
you started. Oh, go ahead.
It's like, why would you want to play like a World War II era tank or something like that? Like,
See, this
Yeah.
is like the feature I would like on a game like this, where it's like every shot that you take, they show the dollar amount that you've spent for your government to do that.
Actually, so they don't do that, but what they do show is in the upper right hand corner, you get a little visualization of your shell hitting the other vehicle.
Okay.
And you can see like how it ricochets and how the explosion moved on the tank. And that is really cool to see a single shot modeled to that level of detail. Because, you know, the points in the armor that you hit and the angle that you hit them are all factored in. Where the crew sits in the tank is factored in, and all this stuff. I'm sure if you actually learn it, you can get a leg up because, you know, hit the right spot on the tank and you just immediately kill the driver or kill the gunner. And then, you know, that tank is dead in the water, or, you know, defenseless, allowing you to finish them off.
That's the tank
as I mentioned,
headshot.
Yeah, basically. But you know, they pack people into those things in really interesting ways. Once you get to like look at the X-ray view of them. The level I'm at, there's plenty of times where, as I mentioned, I get one shot just because that was a much bigger shell than was needed to kill me. But they had it and they used it, so
yeah.
all good. But the couple of times where I have gotten into battles evenly matched, and it's like, okay, I hit him and I see it kind of deflected a little bit, but his right tread is broken, so maybe I can circle around this way, and you know, then he hits me and I gotta send my gunner to put out a fire, so you know, manage that before I can shoot back again. And like, that's really cool. That is unique to what I've played before. And was, you know, made it worth checking out anyway.
Yeah. Wait, so you're controlling the whole tank team? And they're like,
you are, yeah.
Okay.
You not in maybe I should say it this way: the whole tank team is being simulated.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Frostpunk style.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe I haven't played that, which I need to. I need to.
You're just
get on that.
saying at a high level what they need to do, and they'll do the actual implementation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you know, you hit a button for extinguishers or what have you.
Because I could, you know, like based on what I've heard, like I could totally see, I don't know, maybe there's somebody who, you know, just really, really, really wants to simulate being responsible for like loading the cannon. I don't points it, I don't fires it, but I make sure it's got what it needs. Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see the online videos, the people that have like a really elaborate setup where they're actually like shoving 2-liter bottles into a tube to, you know, load. That is reflected in the sim. I don't know if that's War Thunder or not, though. That might be.
It might be Arma, might be. I've got no idea. Something with more of an infantry. Yeah.
I tried because the entire game is VR enabled, and I tried it with the tank out of curiosity. There wasn't really a reason to do that. You know, you're seeing things in 3D, which is a little helpful, but the drop in fidelity probably negates any major advantage from that. And then you're much more able to kind of free look around without turning your turret. Cause that's the other big thing is, you know, when you want to aim somewhere, you can aim there, but then you got to wait for your turret to catch up before you can fire.
Okay.
So, you know, free looking around is helpful because then you can keep your turret pointed where you think you're going to need it. I think there's a button to free look when you're playing on a flat screen. But it's just kind of baked in when you're in VR.
Yeah.
I want to try this. I want to try VR specifically for planes because I think that will be rad. And that's kind of right in VR's wheelhouse. It almost feels like they threw it on tanks because they had it for planes, and why not? Versus it being really immersive to the experience.
Nice.
I'm predicting the same car sim mentality, but for tanks or planes now coming up in your future.
I mean, so you went into iRacing orbit without losing your mind. So I think maybe you might not have that coming your way. Hopefully.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, iRacing is still there lurking in the background. There's just it feels like there's a glut of interesting other stuff to play right now. So
yeah.
I'm sure one boring night I will sink back into the cockpit of a car rather than a warfighter.
Yeah. Nice.
And that's what I've been getting to this week.
Okay. Let's see. Moxie, Ben, who wants to go?
I can go. I really don't have hardly anything. I completed the expedition for No Man's Sky. So spacewalking.
It is now my sky.
Yes, it is now my sky, and no one else can have it.
That's the name of that sequel they're working on, right?
Yes, it is. No, the sequel is where you play as Smokey the Bear, right?
Sorry, you almost got that one past me. Yeah.
But yeah, the highlight was definitely spacewalking through a black hole. That was a interesting experience.
Yeah, you talked about that. Like, did it strand you like you thought it was going to?
It doesn't strand you without your vehicle. You can just like instantly resummon your ship. However, what it does do is take you way off course. I spent like 15 something jumps trying to get back to like the next waypoint, and eventually like the problem is the final waypoint of the expedition is just a couple light years from where the black hole itself is, but the black hole warps you like 10,000 light years away. So eventually
I have no idea on the scale of this if it is a if that is a long way.
So
it sounds like a long way, but
the problem is, so my ship, I built my ship around like having very long jumps. So I can jump about 700 light years. The problem is that the map that shows you like follow this route to get where you're trying to go maxes out at like 300 light years.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's a long way. Okay.
Yeah. So and to be fair, the game does, like, I eventually noticed, like, does tell you, it's like, hey, just take the teleporter to, like, go back to the system you jumped from and, like, go from there. And so eventually I did that. So
okay. Cool.
Yep.
I like, did you end up building a frigate or a cruiser or whatever it is?
Yes, I did. I did a fairly basic one because this is a, just an account that like is just for this expedition. And so didn't put a ton of energy into that. However, with doing this, the reason I'm doing the expedition is you actually unlock a whole bunch of like exclusive parts by doing this. So I now have many more toys to play with on my actual main account.
Okay, cool. I didn't realize there were cross benefits. Like that.
So basically, the rewards you get for beating each expedition are account wide.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Nice. I mean, anything else about No Man's Sky or the expeditions? Well, congrats on toppling it.
There is a what I'm doing now is there is basically a thing where like whether you can do an expedition or not is defined in like a JSON file in the game. And so there is a someone like made an online generator where you can just like tell it what expedition you want to do, and it will like generate the JSON file.
Oh, okay.
So I'm now gonna go back and probably do some of the older expeditions.
Will that get you kicked from like the servers? Like, will it get you like soft locked or banned?
You have to turn off internet connectivity to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
It won't kick you, but it will like automatically recorrect the file to the current one.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't quite get why they don't just let you
select
play
them.
them. Yeah, but
I imagine it's like support issues, maybe, where it's like if things are in a buggy state or something. But
there actually is some of that because all of the game, all of these things take place in the in the universe, and each certain patches, when they add like new features for like what a planet can have, that can potentially like regenerate, and so the planets that the expedition expects to exist might not be there.
They behave unpredictably. Yeah.
Right. So like this part of this tool that the person's done is like it will correct for that and like potentially change up the planets that you have to go to, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that is the nature of the thing. So
okay.
Yeah.
Ben, how about you?
Yeah, I also have just one game that I've been working on, and it's the Expeditions Rome still.
Okay.
So not too big of an update. I think I was in Act 2 last week. I'm on Act 3 now and about to finish that up. And I think there's 4 acts in the game. Nothing crazy story-wise. It's pretty much finishing the game, and like I'm at the point now. I think I talked about the upgrade system, or one of my mild complaints with it being like that they kind of show you the entirety of the upgrade system from the start, and there's no kind of changes to that. And that's continued to be the case. And I think there's one building left for me to upgrade, and then it'll be completed. And so that's a little bit of a problem too, where it's like, I don't know what the point of the 4th map will be as far as like trying to take things over then. So I wish there was like a little bit more of like maybe stretch goals like that, where it's like, if you do 100% things, then you could unlock those. So again, it just kind of goes back to like, there's a few lingering like balancing issues with the game, but I mean, it's still a fun game
too. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's like, the core gameplay is still fun though. It's like I still enjoy like being dropped into an area and trying to get myself out, or like kind of think of like, okay, how do I take out the archers first and then do this, and how do I, so all that stuff is good and replayable and fun. But yeah, it is getting to the point where there's not enough meta mechanic progress that it feels like I'm spinning my wheels a little bit. But I guess like the cherry that you go for is like, so each of the classes has similar to like Borderlands 2 maybe, where it's like they each have 3 different branches that they can go down. But with the difference is that, as after you complete one branch, you just choose another one to go down. And so then the problem becomes like, oh, what, like 2 branches are really good complementary skills. Like, so for example, with the shielded class, like there's the top level reward on one branch is you do this like charge that like goes in a straight line through a bunch of people. And then the reward on another branch is that you stun everybody within 2 hexes of you. So it's like, oh, well, that's a really good combination, where it's like you can get them in the middle of everybody and then like lock them all out. So it's like there's a little bit of enjoyment like playing around with that and like finding what combinations there are there. But yeah, it is kind of like the same problem as last time, where it's like I'm pretty much done with the meta progression, and it's only 3/4 of the way through the game.
So it's still going.
Yeah. So bit of a slog, but yeah, so it's tough to, it's like I'm still having fun with it. I'm still playing it, but yeah, it's getting, I'm not hate playing it yet. And we'll see if the scale tips by the end of Act 4, but I'm neutrally playing it now.
There's no useful way to ask the question, like, if you were a different person, would you have cut bait on this at this point?
Yeah.
Right? Like, is what you have to say. Like, because like, I don't know, you tend to see things through, especially if you've put a bunch of time into it. So I just kind of like, is what you're saying. Like, I have long passed the point where I should have dropped this, but now I've just got to keep going because I've passed it.
Yeah, it's like, so for example, if I was recommending it to someone else, like I can't say with certainty that it would be like, yeah, you should play the entire way through. I'm doing that just because I want to kind of see it. But yeah, it could just be like, hey, if you want like an XCOM player where you can play it infinitely and that you're not gonna like worry about this meta progression or completing the game or whatever, you just have infinite content, then yeah, you can play it. But yeah. So anyway, the more I talk about it, the weirder I feel because it feels like I'm ragging on it more than I feel like I enjoy the game. But Expeditions Rome.
Cool. Well, that sounds like a segment to me.
Multiplayer.
Now it is time for the multiplayer where we ask you a question and you answer it. Dennis, what is the question that you ask the nice people?
Yeah, so many games try to be your forever game by having a ton of systems bloat and check-ins and whatever, content calendars. But some games are your forever game just because you could play them forever whether or not they ever got updated again. So I wanted to hear about those kind of forever games that are on your list.
Yeah. And I'll get started here with Curtis from the Slack, who says, I mean, roguelikes were plenty addictive long before indie devs added meta progression. Yeah, no. Truth. I mean, that hack, people got addicted to that, and there's nothing carries over. Yeah.
Did the first Spelunky have unlockables? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, you can unlock shortcuts and stuff. And I think that maybe at certain points you unlocked stuff that would show up in the store. Yeah,
although it would be interesting to see like over time how many or how ingrained unlockables were in them.
Yeah.
Although I think the thing in like both Spelunkies, you like unlocked shortcuts, but then like that was a surefire way to make sure you lost your run because then you wouldn't have all the tools you needed.
Yep. Got to do your push-ups. I'll never forget the analogy. I forget what game it was, but they were talking about like take your hallway fights instead of events. It was probably Slay the Spire. It's like doing your push-ups. Like, you got to get stronger.
Yeah. Let's see, Ben. What does Case say?
Case says, AudioSurf and AudioSurf 2 are kind of this for me. Helped by the first game not being great at differentiate versions of songs. So I was able to rack up massive score on the Pulse version of Comfortably Numb and own the leaderboards for a while. Okay.
There's an addendum here,
Yeah. Quick note, in case there's confusion on the pod, which there was about to be. Pulse is Pink Floyd's last live album recorded as part of the Division Bell tour after Roger Waters' hostile departure. In addition to a live version of Dark Side of the Moon, there's a version of Comfortably Numb with an extended guitar solo. Rad. This increases the maximum possible point total for the song in AudioSurf 1. AudioSurf 2 has better song matching, fixing this problem and separating the album and live versions of the songs.
Oh, so you were
fun.
You were clocking a high score on a version of the song that had more notes to combo with. Okay.
So it's funny because when he said this, I assume like, oh, Pulse must be like the easy version of the song, so like it's easier to get a good score. It's like, no, it's the opposite.
Yeah. Or like Pulse, like, oh, it's a like a remix kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, makes sense.
That is actually kind of cool.
Moxie, what does Bushel say? BSCHL on Blue Sky say?
Bushel says probably something like Terraria, procedurally generated exploration plus build variety plus creative construction.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Terraria is necessarily my answer, but like definitely a solid one for me. At least for me, the magic of Terraria was the fact that while it's procedurally generated, there's explicit rules of like where the different biomes and dungeons are. So it was random, but there was still enough rules that you could like kind of learn the system, and like there was a narrative, not being like story wise, but like you could talk with other players and be like, oh, so of course after that I went to the, I don't know, underground jungle, that sort of thing.
Okay. So like there was like an established kind of like order to things, like
right, exactly.
Everybody's magma forest will be underneath the
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
No two magma forests are the same, but all magma forests are alike.
A magma forest cannot neighbor itself.
It's
the magma forest tautology there.
I mean, that's just set theory, right?
I think so. I'm a field. Sorry, you used a math term and you've nerd-stiped Ben.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of map theory where it's like you can put any map you divide into segments, you can cover with 4 colors where no two are touching.
Okay.
That's all
I remember having to prove that in like algorithms class or something.
Sorry about this. Oh gosh, sorry. Let me see here. I need to read the other one from Slack, and then I'll get your answer, Dennis. You're not going to get to read one today, Dennis. No. Alex writes, Nuclear Throne, apparently. It does have a little bit of unlockable stuff in terms of starting the game with different rules, but really no meta progression to speak of. Yeah. I've never played that. That's like a dual stick shooter, Nuclear Throne.
Yeah.
I was too, I don't know. I was put off by the roguelikeness of it.
Isometric shooter, maybe.
I know.
Don't know.
It seems like people that are super into roguelikes or like more modern roguelikes, it seems like people talk about that in kind of the same breath as like Binding of Isaac and Spelunky.
Yeah. Oh, this is top down. Okay. Yeah.
And I can read Chris's below bushels.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Chris says, I second the procedural generation, referencing Bushel's post, but with Valheim. Man, the number of hours I see logged in Valheim for some of my friends just boggle my mind.
Are we in like the hundreds, thousands?
Oh, thousands.
Oh, my God.
For sure, thousands. I feel like it's like, I'm in the thousands on this run, but my deer farming version is only at 800.
Yeah. No, it's okay. No, just barely getting started.
Yes. That game has legs.
Yeah.
It's fun. I feel like the building in Valheim had a level of depth to it that I never really cracked. Like, it's not Minecraft where everything takes place on blocks. There's all these different variants of stairs and a spiral staircase or this grade of wall or that. And so you can just make stuff at a level of fidelity that you can't in other similar games.
Yeah.
And so I've seen people go ham with that.
It is kind of funny because like comparing it to something like Subnautica, there's more rules on building where it's like things have to be structurally sound. So you'd think that would restrict what you could build, but then it's like people find ways to get around those in more interesting manners. And so then, the things that are beautiful are like really striking there. So
people figure out how that stuff connects and figure out ways to exploit it. Yeah. So my generic answer for something like this probably won't work because like song DLC for Rock Band or Rocksmith probably counts as free or counts as the live service kind of thing. So I'm going to say another fallback answer, which is Final Fantasy Tactics, because there's always a challenge run in there. And if you want something that is not something I always say, SimCity 2000.
Oh, wow.
It's way too old for it to have any like online, like, live service kind of things to it. And just like the base game or whatever deluxe version you get that has expansion stuff inside of it, like you can just endlessly set yourself up little challenges, I don't know. I can sit down and play a city builder under different, like in different scenarios and stuff like that, and generally have a pretty good time with it forever. And 2000 is like just the right level of fidelity for me. on everything you need to take account of. After that, like, you're in a very awkward period until you get to like City Skyline, where you're like managing like throughput and different blocks and stuff like that. Yeah. Minecraft is a really good answer, but like you would have to say Minecraft from 12 or 13 years ago.
Yeah,
Minecraft
Minecraft is extremely live servicified now.
Yeah. Oh, it's Goku.
Vote on the new mobs.
Ugh. Yeah, Ben, how about you?
I feel like I always get with this answer, but it's like Magic the Gathering, just because it has such long legs at this point, where it's like the combinations that you can make for cube. They're not infinite, but they're really fucking big. So that's one that if you can only play one game on a desert island sort of thing, but you can also add 7 other people to cube with, then yeah, that would be that.
But that is a constant treadmill of new content. Come on now.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, even if you cut it off now, that's like 30 years of like card printing, and there's so much there that it would stay fresh. Like you have so many combinations to play with. It would not get old. Because like literally one of the groups that I would play cube with in Seattle, they're playing all vintage cards, so it's like all cards that have been printed over the, they're not, and depending upon the cube, they're not adding anything to it, but it's still like finding new combinations of things, and it's still fun. So
yeah, you could do a cutoff like even before like they started designing stuff with the online battle game, the arenas, whichever one of those got really popular,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting because like even that cutoff window, I feel like has to be marching forward, just from a practicality standpoint of like eventually the vintage stuff is going to get rare and hard to find. So you need to constantly be like, I don't know, 3 years behind, so that you can find stuff affordably.
They do a good job of reprinting cards and making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because they're wizards.
Anyway. Your Honor, I submit that is an emission of a content treadmill.
No. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to gerrymander out Ben's answer on this. I understand. Like you could even just say like the Windows 95, Chandelar.
Chandelar.
Yeah.
What is a Chandelar?
That's the.
I'll
that
pick
the one
my
of the
battles.
Yeah. It's an old and beloved Magic game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Old PC. Think like the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy, except for Magic.
That was a great game.
It's a very good game. Moxie, how about you?
I don't know, because like my equivalent of this are all actually live service games. Like I feel like my closest equivalent would be Warframe, which I just checked to have
That is so. No
definition.
You cannot bring Warframe to this. I'm sorry. I just said I'm not going to gerrymander around. Yeah.
That answer was so bad. We're going back and telling Ben now he has to.
But I don't think other than that, I don't replay games. Like, I don't
Moxie,
think
you just have to say, I reject the premise of this question, and then move on.
I mean, literally, I don't think I have ever replayed a game.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I do, though, have 673 hours in Warframe. So.
Not even like a high score chasing kind of game?
No, definitely not.
Huh.
Yeah.
Moxie doesn't have mirrors on their car because they don't look back.
Police hate it.
I'm legit. Actually, okay. So maybe what I'd say would be Chalice dungeons. Might be one.
Yeah, Bloodborne is very much. Yeah, no, you could say that.
That's
like
acceptable.
Yeah. But Bloodborne can go on forever for you. Yeah. Dennis, how about you?
Yeah, my answer is Crazy Taxi.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's a we redid it for WAF a couple of years ago. There's a really high skill ceiling on that.
Oh, it's so high, and I don't need any new content. I just take a break from it long enough that I kind of forget where things are and what the tactics are, and then I come back to it fresh. So it's like playing a new game.
Yeah.
But man, they have a Crazy Taxi cabinet at my local arcade. And
It's the loudest thing in the entire fucking world. There's the ramming that stick shift back and forth.
Oh,
thunk,
yeah.
thunk, thunk, thunk.
Just really calling attention to yourself. But every time I went this past summer, I was like, all right, I'm going to do something other than Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
Every time I wound up being like, well, I've been playing Crazy Taxi for like 45 minutes. I should probably go figure out where the kids are. So, that, I don't know. It just captures the arcade gaming experience in such a pure form that I will never get bored with going back to it.
That's a good answer. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for participating. If you want to participate in these, follow us on Blue Sky at thelevelpodcast.bsky.social. Those go up on Monday afternoons. Thank you, Dennis, for posting.
Mm-hmm.
So, apropos of nothing, I didn't realize that Crazy Taxi's mechanics are all patented so that it's impossible for anyone else to make a competitor.
Oh, that patent's long. That patent's long lapsed.
Yeah, I'm trying to even imagine what like the slamming the pedal for drifting and stuff. Or?
Yeah, so like they attempted to like just the idea of like stopping to pick somebody up and then take them. No, very specifically the patent that they got trolled. The patent that they trolled for was the notion of in a video game having a goal that is demarcated by like the compass at the top of or like an arrow that points to where you need to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The hubris.
Yeah. I think that was thrown out, but
I'm imagining a joke of comparing this to Eternal Darkness of like a taxi sanity meter where it's like sane taxi, then degrades into crazy taxi.
God, we can't.
Oh, that's so fucking good. That needs to be like made.
Yeah,
Ben, you have to do that.
That
Game
is
jam. Yeah.
All right.
You personally, yes, you're on my now.
Someone needs to call up Bunlith to make like Bloodborne Crazy Taxi.
Oh
shit! I thought that segment was over, but I can't not include that. Well,
no, it's too good. No, you have to cut it so we can be the ones that do the idea.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
The end boss.
Now it's time for the end boss, where we talk about things that are happening in the world of video games and how we feel about them. I'm going to lead with the big story. Not that I have an awful lot to say about it, but it would feel weird not remarking on it. I kind of hate that shit. Just like, we need to talk about this because it's obligatory. Fuck it. I'm not going to look for a different story.
It's better than a depressing story, right?
I guess, yeah. But just like, okay, so the story is Grand Theft Auto 6 was delayed. I think it was initially pushed to like the first quarter of next year. Now it's not coming out until basically a year from, right now. Yeah, it's coming out on November the 19th of 2026. And yeah. Like,
as far as you know.
That's what that is when the current slated release date is, right? Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know. I'm probably going to check this game out when it comes out. I'm sure it's going to sell 1 million copies or whatever, but I just kind of don't fucking care when this game comes out.
Yeah.
Am I like,
this isn't even the depressing part of the story.
No. So Rockstar is trying to blame the delay and the recent firings on workers that were starting to unionize, who they blamed for being a vector for the big leaks that happened that have made them have to go back and delay it. So they're trying to say, if you're upset about this game being pushed out by a year, blame the workers who are trying to unionize, I think is the tacit thing. Is that what you were talking about, Moxie?
Yeah.
Interesting tactic.
Yeah.
It is weird to me that like a game that's ostensibly traffics in like satire of capitalism and stuff like that is in fact everything they are satirizing.
Yeah. A truly effective criticism of capitalism cannot come from directly inside of it.
Looking at
at least not in a commodified way. Yeah.
Yeah. looking at Rockstar's history, it's kind of like looking at like a director's history over the course of their life, where it's like, oh wow, they did really edgy stuff when they're young, and then like when they're older, like maybe they just did a lot of tame things and like didn't do anything too risky, and it's just like anyway,
I feel like if it was go ahead. Sorry.
It seems like they need to speak to two people, because it's like they have to talk to their shareholders at one thing, because it's like this is a weird thing, like a big budget movie where it's like this needs to make $1 billion or it'll be terrible, and then they also have to talk to their fans and not say any of that shit. But don't envy that position.
I mean, the obvious thing is just art is incompatible with being a publicly traded company.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fair.
Art and commerce enemies. Yeah, it's just like if this was any other game, we would have written it off so long ago. I feel like the only reason, the reason I kind of chastise myself for bringing this is just because I feel like with how little detail there is about this, people just talk about it because that's what you do.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote GTA off when Saints Row the Third came out.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if when it finally comes out, it will be like a conviction of how the landscape has changed since 5. Just in terms of like, a big AAA banger being less relevant.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the funniest fucking thing ever if GTA 6 finally comes out and just kind of flops. It won't happen. I'm just saying it would be hilarious if it did.
It'll be the Doom Eternal. Or not Doom Eternal.
The Duke Nukem 3D? Or the Duke
Nukem, the Duke Nukem 3D.
Forever.
Yes. Yeah. I don't see how it can recoup the money. Like whatever, it's going to sell beyond wildest expectations, blah, blah, blah. There are so many people for whom this is just video games. It just, it's not coming out for another year. Proceed living as you were.
I feel like the money's got to be in GTA Online though, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like we've talked about this before. It's like the most fun games are what they made from like 2002 to 2005, and that was all on that engine, and it was all about like good game design and like having collectibles and things like that. Where it's like, I think of GTA like 5, it's like, well, they tried to take a half step back to that, but like it's a cool simulation, but it's like not exactly a fun game. But
the thing I find kind of funny is I saw something where they're like, why is every GTA game except the first one like set in America? And they're like, well, because of guns. And it's like, oh, you have no idea why people play GTA. Like,
right.
The guns are literally the worst part of GTA.
Mm-hmm. Man. Other stories here. Let us do Moxie. This is a follow up from your talking about No Man's Sky during the grind. What did somebody manage to do?
Yeah, someone built a small moon in No Man's Sky out of. Oh wait, no, that's not a moon. It's actually the Death Star. Someone built the Death Star using the Corvette system. So this is, I've mentioned it before, but this is basically their system that's equivalent to Starfield's like ship creation thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it's made to be. It's kind of designed to build ships that are approximately the size, say like double the size of your normal ship you go around in. So like think double the size of like a jet fighter.
Okay.
However, I'm not clear on if someone glitched or if the game technically lets you do this, but someone built a straight up Death Star that is approximately the size of like an endgame space station.
Wow.
And
okay.
Yeah, go on.
Is it just like sections have to be like completely copy pasted, or is like how bespoke is this bad boy?
I don't know, because you've got Lego pieces, so they somehow figured out how to make Lego pieces that are mostly cubes and stuff like that somehow use this to make a sphere.
Okay.
I think the most impressive thing is, there's some pieces that are, kind of like light effects you can put on your ship for, just for style. And so they use that to make like the Death Star laser where like it's the
where it
multiple
converges
lasers.
in the center.
Yeah, exactly. The other funny thing though is apparently if the game engine is not designed for this, so apparently if you like actually fly up to it, the game will crash.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like,
Yeah.
is this just sculpture, or was this intended to theoretically be able to fly?
I mean,
That sounds like No Man's Sky to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Someone in the chat for people discussing this, someone posted like, oh yeah, someone did something like this and the game glitched, and so I am now like outside of my ship, have been falling for like hours or whatever. And someone just comments like, wow, that is the most No Man's Sky comment ever.
Yeah.
The thing I want to know is that Corvettes can dock like inside space stations and stuff. So I really want to know what happens if you try to dock a space station sized ship inside a space station.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, I heard you like space stations.
Right, exactly. And this is probably the most extreme thing I've seen people build, but like people have already built like Star Destroyers. I saw someone built like a TI-83 ship.
The calculator?
Yep.
Okay.
And of course, like I do not believe it's functioning. Although knowing these people, I would not put it past them. Yeah, and
does No Man's Sky have an equivalent of Redstone?
It has some basic like automation you can do in your base, but I think it's limited to like, you step on a panel and like a door opens or stuff like that. I don't think it actually has Redstone, although it being No Man's Sky, that could easily be like the next expansion.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Good for them. That sounds like a very difficult thing to have done. And then the fact that it crashes the game is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, you would not believe how many Bothans died getting us this information.
That died when it crashed. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Dennis, I don't know what to make of this story, so I'm just going to give you the floor.
We all just need a little bit of Schadenfreude, and it came in the form this week of a big AI robot demo, I think out of Russia, where it's like, hey, this is our walk-in, servant walk-around robot dude. Check him out. He's coming on stage. It's, big tech bro conference.
No person's involved in this, and you can treat it like a slave. Yeah,
exactly. All that stuff. And so that, it's a big, tech bro stage, and the robot comes walking out to the Rocky theme.
Dun, dun,
like
dun,
just,
dun,
yes,
dun. Yeah,
exactly. Now, never mind that it's got two people very nervously shepherding it from behind. So they knew what a smoke and mirrors demo this was.
Anybody who has like a much older family member, like a grandparent who maybe has some like dementia or something like that. Just the way that they're walking, like just like one step behind this thing, is very much the way that my brother and I would shadow my grandparents whenever they were moving more than 5 feet uninterrupted. Yeah.
It walks out to this, very bombastic soundtrack, like Rocky, if Rocky had just shit his pants.
There's some pants shitting. It is like this is baby steps. This is almost exactly what the gameplay looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's a detail that Rocky beats the Russian in the movies. So,
and he has no, it's Ivan Drago who has the training robot.
Rocky has the robot.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah.
So
it gets twisted up in the
resistance.
Good.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. That is a nice little extra. No, the piece de resistance, and I imagine you guys aren't watching this with sound, so you can't see this, but it topples over face first, smashing itself on the floor right as it gets to the point of flying higher.
Like, bah! and you can see it. So the thing steps out, and then it raises its hand to wave hello, and it kind of stumbles forward. And
I think that was the act that did it in. If you watch,
yeah, it never recovered. It was just kind of shoulders just a little bit over the hips, and then it couldn't catch up, and then it was just like boom, straight down. And again, these loving, attentive grandchildren behind this thing, they dive on it like, oh my god, are you okay?
While a third rushes out from backstage with a curtain that he has twisted up so tightly.
Yeah.
In
order to nobody can see this, we need to protect this robot's dignity.
We must cover the nakedness of our forefather here.
So the thing this reminds me of with the people shadowing it is one of the highlights, particularly for kids, at a bunch of comic book conventions is people that have built BB-8 robots.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always the person controlling it, but as long as they stand at least 3 feet away, any of the kids have no idea that this is not a completely autonomous robot. Mm-hmm. Which just supports my theory that all tech bros are just 6-year-olds.
Well, I mean, it is the thought technology that is sweeping the nation. The everybody's 12 theory.
Yep.
Things are the way they are. You just ask, okay, is this person 12? Are they 12? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's why you're 12.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, for anyone worried about the way AI is going to be impacting the gaming industry, I can't promise that it's going to fizzle or not, become a huge problem, but I can promise you that there will be a lot of really funny failures along the way.
It is so funny as the AI bubble is getting weaker. How many companies, especially fucking Musk himself, are trying to parlay AI and say, no, this is actually robots. Come over here and see our robots. Invest in our robots. We have robots. You need to see our robots. Buy our robots, please. There will be 1 billion.
You have to buy a robot.
I super want Hasbro or whoever to just sue Musk out of existence for naming the robot Optimus.
Oh God, yeah, no, and they're not going to because we don't get nice things. It's not allowed. But oh man, that funny video. I watched it very quietly with the audio on, and just watching it. And probably details are going to come out that oh no, this was actually somebody controlling it.
Oh sure,
from behind.
But I mean,
it
reads like a Monty Python sketch of what unveiling an AI robot would be.
It's like something from Silicon Valley, from the show.
Oh sure, yeah.
The thing I don't get is again, I realize all of this is the 12-year-old thing you're saying, but just don't make it humanoid.
No, it's a
Boston
terrible.
Dynamics already has robots that can do a lot of crazy ass shit.
They need it to look like a human because they need to feel like they're better than it. If it's functionally designed specific, no, seriously, it's people who want servants, it's people who want slaves. People want to be able to kick the shit out of this robot and fuck it at the same time.
Well, I think there's a valid reason for making it human because you can get training data from just throwing sensors on you and walking around. And whereas harder to get that from other people. But
it just
shut up, mathematician. We're talking about dystopia stuff.
Making something bipedal is the worst decision. It's why Metal Gear is ridiculous.
Yes, that is why.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man, I need to actually read the "everyone is 12 now" theory.
you're gonna find out like you horribly misrepresented it.
Yeah. Shit, and it's all just listicles. Let me see here. Working on a new unified theory of American reality. I'm calling "everyone is 12 now." I'm strong and I want to have 50 kids and a farm. Of course you do. You're 12. I don't want to eat vegetables. I think steak and French fries is the only meal. Hell yeah, homie, you're 12. Maybe if there's crime, we should send in the army. Bless your heart, my 12-year-old buddy. It's Patrick Cosmos on Blue Sky posted that. It's just
wonderful.
Man, I just it is a thought technology that will unlock a lot for you as you observe hell. That's all the stories, Ben. You don't have a story.
I don't.
Oh well, that's fine. I didn't mean to single you out. I just wanted to give you a chance to see if anything came up.
I just wanted to see if you could clear this incredibly low bar, but
it's hard. It's a weird time. It's a weird time to find things.
It's a lull. It's a lull.
Yeah. How does everybody feel about buttoning it up?
Let's button.
The credit.
Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to level number 564. We appreciate you taking the time. If you would like to help us, you know the things to do. Support us on Patreon, leave a rating, a review, follow, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, all of those. Also, Duckstream, want to remind you, is happening here pretty soon. It's right around the corner. December the 12th through the 14th, 48 hours of streaming video games and other stuff to raise money for Point of Pride, an organization that provides direct financial aid to trans people who need life-saving medical care. Should be fun. And that's just over at the Duckfeed Twitch channel. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
I have some new news for Deck of Wonders. The Supreme Court has heard or is hearing arguments on the whole tariff debacle, and just has been incredulously shitting on the lawyers trying to defend Trump, because there is no defense for what he's doing.
Yeah, no.
Now that's not a guarantee that they won't turn around and give him his way, but things are looking good that potentially even by the time you're listening to this, I might be able to have figures for shipping with a concrete reality on tariffs and the pledge manager up and running. So
cool.
Yeah, one step closer to getting this bad boy delivered.
Watch your email inboxes and pray
yes.
for everybody's sake that this goes the right way. Yeah.
Just a tiny little bit of sanity. That's all I need to get this out there.
Yep.
Just a tiny bit.
Just need to ship this damn thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I've been Kaye Ross. You can find me on, I never say my last name. This has been Kaye. You can find me on Blue Sky at Kaye.zone.
I've been Dennis Furia, and I almost always say my last name. I think. Okay. I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. Wouldn't ask anyone to do that. And you can find me on Blue Sky at Furia Games. Hopefully tweeting or whatever we're calling it, good news about Deck of Wonders.
Hopefully.
I'm Moxie Moneysmith.
And I've been Ben Merkel.
And stick around for some titles.
I kind of have one, except that it might need to be edited down to fix. I just had Quiet Mathematician. We're talking dystopia.
I like just quiet, comma, mathematician, exclamation mark.
I don't like that.
Excellent.
Okay. I have one. I just wrote it down because I felt bad that I hadn't written anything down. I had Police Hate It, talking about no mirrors on the cars. Yeah. Ben, what do you have?
I got nothing.
Dennis, what do you have?
Got one, the magma forest tautology.
Too much
Um,
math
really
in this
like-
episode.
I like Quiet Mathematician.
I really like Quiet Mathematician.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Comes
I
out
need
on
to-
my birthday.
I need to Mathematician. Okay. Yes. There we go. I tried 5 different spellings of mathematician and none of them came out right until I Googled it.
Oh, I hate words
Uh,
like that.
It is decided.